Our next speaker can actually be labeled the one who created the segment luxury buses in India. No other than Mr. Akash Passey, Senior Executive of Volvo Buses and Chairman of Volvo iShare.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's always nice to talk about, innovate, make, and grow from your own personal experiences and experiences of your organization. So I represent here the Volvo Group, which also happens to be the largest by revenue, largest company by revenue in Sweden. Volvo Group today operates in 203 countries. So more or less we consider to be a part of every part and culture of life, including India. Our journey in India started about 18 years back. That's when the first Western global player, Volvo, decided to make an entry into India. The economy was just opening up, and especially there was a big rush towards the car segment, but Volvo was the first one which came into commercial vehicles with trucks, buses, and construction equipment. Initially, when we started 17, 18 years back, at the start of the company, it was not unusual to get requests to provide a heavy, nice Volvo truck, but without air conditioning, to take the cost down. It was not unusual to hear that could you give a bus which is rear engine, which is nice, which is transporting people from one city to another, but how do you expect the driver to change gears because the engine is at the rear? So how will the driver know without hearing the noise of the engine when to change the gear? India has moved on. Today, India is a manufacturing base and will continue to do so for most of the global parts of the world. I talk from personal experiences. I have had the privilege to be the first employee and start Volvo buses and establish it into a good, well-known brand in India. And today, living in Sweden for Volvo Group headquarters, have the possibility and responsibility to sell, operate markets across the world outside of Europe for our buses in the city and the long distance segment. So from my experiences, I would say that if I take my short presentation in two parts, what is it that we have been as Volvo Group been able to achieve in the last 17 years of presence in India? First of all, we've been able to learn a lot, because when you go into a country like India, it is one of the largest nations in the world, the second largest population, and you need to be humble, and it teaches you a lot. And I think that that's what has happened to us as a group, not only from what we take in there, but what we learn out of India. So I think that today we are in a position in 17 years where we sell 40,000 units through 3 different legal companies on trucks, on buses, on construction equipment, financial services, and on industrial and marine engines. We are about 10,000 people. We have over 10 billion SEK in revenue out of India. 1,000 engineers help us design products out of India for different parts of the world. 1,500 IT professionals help us run our services across 203 countries across the world with base centers, data centers, and technology innovation in the field of IT. The story just goes on. What did we bring to India? I think as Volvo Group, we brought in high-performing solutions for trucks, buses, construction equipment. We were able to drive the change in transportation, show a new dynamics in the country, how efficiency on fuel, on high focus on safety, quality can make a difference to the way of life. Volvo very much contributed with the first driver training school in India, and today over 60,000 drivers is one of its biggest contribution to have trained who operate in the roads of India. Volvo in India has also the privilege to be the only country in the Volvo Group to be known as a ticket brand on buses. Everywhere else it's either from the truck products, could be cars at some places, could be construction equipment, and so on and so forth. One of the biggest steps, I think, as a group in our learning dimension we took in India was our entry as a 50% partner into the third largest commercial vehicle company, Eicher. And someone talked here earlier of Jugaad. I think that as a good way, with Eicher being third largest company, we have used our technology from Sweden as a partner, but doing it in frugal engineering out of India and having those products not only made for India, but today, using 5 different brands in India, exporting those products to Europe, to Middle East, to Africa, and to different parts of the world in addition to the local market. With this contribution, and with over 30 cities today enjoying Volvo products on city buses, with the trucks running across mining, with the construction equipment industry, which used to stop normally with excavation in the rainy season, especially in Goa and other parts today, running 24/7 all across the year, are many things where India and Sweden together, as Volvo part of a global operation and a local operation, have done a good job together. Safety is paramount. That's one of the core values of the company, and I think that Volvo Group brings a lot and learns also from India in this area. Going forward, what will happen? The technology is changing, and that is where the working between India and Sweden works very well. We see that Swedish-India Business Council does a good job here. The Indian Embassy does a good job here to increase this partnership, and it's good to see this India Unlimited program. What will happen from now? Very soon you will have trucks which are coming into India, which will be 20–30% more fuel efficient than what they are today. You will have construction equipment which will have the capacity to improve productivity by 30–40%. During the course of this year, Volvo Group will introduce hybrid and electric buses into India, which have changed the way things move around in the rest of the world. Today, with over 2,000 to 4,000, depending on the country, electric products available, hybrid products available in different parts, the technology is changing. No more will buses or trucks in future, and especially buses in the 10-year frame, have diesel engine as the main technology, but they'll be driven on electricity, they'll be driven on battery, and that's what Volvo Group has pioneered as a Western player across the world for the last 5 to 7 years. Therefore, to use India as a base for the global operations, to use the technology from here and different parts of the world is what we can do together, and very happy here that this goes in the right direction. Lastly, I would like to say that many years back, or till lately, India was part of a jigsaw puzzle which you started to fit in as a piece. I think that as time goes on, India will be the main masterpiece where other parts of the puzzle will be fitted in. So, very happy to contribute to that, and thank you for your time.